not much between them in terms of stature. Essomba, arguably, with the greater experience. Sonny Edwards, every move in the book, very, very slick, smooth mover. And this is 7th consecutive title fight, Richie.
Yeah, Essomba is a class act himself, isn't he? He's a double Olympian, boxed in the 2008 Olympics and 2012. Yeah, he's experienced, and they're both similar styles in that they're switch hitters. Essomba can box as an orthodox. He's actually boxing as a southpaw now, but he's a good orthodox boxer. But so is Sonny Edwards, very skillful and talented indeed. But this is a test for Edwards, because Essomba can punch a bit, John.
Big brother Charlie, also a talent, of course. Sonny's now been a professional since 2016. He hasn't fought since December the 21st. So a long time out of the ring. He'll be glad to be back. Now ranked number 6 in the world rankings by the IBF. Based in Sheffield, trained by Grant Smith, so you'll hear some cracking Sheffield accents in that corner.
Oh, that was nice there from Edwards. Essomba actually attacked, and then he just, I don't know whether he switched off or what, but Edwards just very, very quickly, a bit of an injection of pace, and just stepped on the gas and moved in with a super attack there, double jab right hand.
Essomba's taken out a couple of unbeaten men in his last 2 fights, Sean McGoldrick and then against Alexander Karsan of Kazakhstan, who had a puncher's reputation. Essomba went over there effectively into the guy's backyard and did him in 3 rounds.
Yeah, exactly. That was a tremendous win for him, probably his best win, to be quite honest, although he's a former Commonwealth flyweight champion in only his 7th fight. But that win in Kazakhstan, because the Kazakhstan boxers, they've got some real quality over there, so that's a great win. He was expected to lose it, and he's knocked the guy out in 3 rounds. Tremendous.
So the danger there. Thomas Essomba, whose career now is being masterminded by Errol Johnson, who looks after a lot of fighters in the Black Country area. The gym in Wednesbury, Black Country Boxing.
Yeah, good coach, Errol. Very experienced now as well. He's got a good stable of boxers in the Black Country. This is a scouting mission, this first round. But he's on the ball, definitely Edwards, because he's in and out with the feet. He's waiting for the odd mistake that's made by Essomba. Just staying on the outside, just taking a look at his opponent here. Probably done enough to edge it, but there's not a lot in the round, John.
No, interesting, as we thought it would be.
Are you good to go with Big Red at Argos? Get our lowest price ever on the Samsung 4K Smart TV from £299. And get our lowest price on these Samsung tablets for £159. Plus get a free pair of JBL headphones. And save £50 on this HP laptop, which includes a bag and a mouse for £269.99. Buy today and spread the cost with the Argos card. With Argos, you're good to go.
Welcome back to the BT studios, set up for big-time boxing tonight, and this is our principal undercard fight between Sonny Edwards on the front foot here against Thomas Essomba. Give that opening round to Sonny.
Yeah, just nicked it, didn't he? With just that better work, especially the last minute in that sequence there, showed that. I explained it as a double jab right hand, but it was actually a double jab left hand that went in from Sonny Edwards. It was very impressive indeed. He recognised the situation and just stepped on the gas and scored lovely.
Essomba's been a pro now since 2014, and as you heard, he's got that long amateur record. He was one of a number of Cameroon boxers who effectively defected after the 2012 Olympics, went and based himself initially up in the Sunderland area, managed by Phil Jeffries, but now switched to the Black Country.
What Edwards will have to watch out for here, John, is he's scoring well now with his jab, he's boxing well at range, but because his hands are so low, sometimes he scores very well, but as he's coming away, then his hands can be a little bit too low. And that's where Essomba might catch Edwards. He's got to watch what he's doing here, Edwards. When he moves in and he catches Essomba with some good shots, as he's moving out, he's either got to go out at a different angle or he's got to keep his guard up, because this fella will pounce as Edwards moves away. See there, that's just a typical example there, but he just blocked that shot.
Frank Warren, Edwards' promoter, hoping, of course, that his man can move up to world level and that there could be a world title shot before too long. Essomba, though, will have very different ideas.
And downstairs.
Oh, that's just a bit of class there from Edwards. You see him then the way he pulled back, but he actually come back then as a southpaw. He was actually boxing as an orthodox boxer, but as he came out of the exchange, he switched his feet around. It's quite dangerous to do that, but he's very skillful, and he caught him then as a southpaw. That's good skill, that is.
Essomba not too far away with that big overhand right. He was really launching himself into that. Sharp left-hand lead from Sonny Edwards, who knows that Sheffield accent I was telling you about from his trainer Grant Smith, talking about the left hook where he could catch him low.
Yeah, Grant Smith, good trainer. His son Dalton Smith, a former GB boxer, very talented boy indeed. But again, they've got a great stable up in Sheffield. Good boxing people.
Proper city. He's not having a bad round here, Sonny Edwards. 2 rounds completed, and the man from Croydon, now in Sheffield, has his nose ahead.
Hi there. 1 minute of your time, I promise.
I promise. Is this right?
I'll walk every day, I promise.
Oh, this is decaf, isn't it?
Promise?
A lot of people talk about promises. At Dulux, a promise is a promise. If you're not happy with our paint's quality, we'll replace it.
Lynx Africa Body Wash. Get knockout clean.
Welcome back to our BT studios. The main event, Daniel Dubois against Ricardo Snijders, coming up not too long. Sonny Edwards here, defending his IBF International Super Flyweight title against Thomas Essomba. You give him that second round?
I think so, yeah. I think he did enough work to win that.
Edwards maintaining concentration, composure, boxing well to this point. It's a 12-rounder, this one. We move into the third. Plenty of lateral movement from Edwards. Sonny reputedly went up to 10 stone 7 during lockdown, so he's had to lose a fair lump to get back into shape. 8 stone 2 now.
Oh, that's good stuff again from Edwards. Just using the foot feints, you see, John. He did 2 foot feints there, just stamped the foot down, and Essomba then thinks the attack's coming, and that just drew Essomba then to throw the shot, and then Sonny comes back then with the counter. It's clever boxing. He's just experimenting there with that foot feint.
Essomba had been fighting out of southpaw stance in the first couple of rounds, now switched to orthodox. Trying to set a different problem leading off with the left hand.
Yeah, one of his problems, Essomba, is his feet, John, are just a little bit too slow, so he's waiting. He's got fast reactions, Essomba, and he's got fair power. He's a decent boxer, but his feet are very flat, so he's flat-footed, and that's why Edwards is taking advantage of that. With that movement, he's in and out, he's side to side, and that's what's causing problems for Essomba. He just can't get to grips with the movement of Edwards. Look, see, just too far out there.
Going over there almost like a matador and a bull. Essomba rushing at a non-existent target by the time he got there. Such good balance, Sonny Edwards. He can't afford to get complacent.
No, he can't. That's the key here, complacency, because he's boxing very well at the moment, but he's got to keep doing this and keep the concentration levels very high. Because there's a little clip you see from Essomba. This guy's a dangerous man indeed. But Edwards, at this point, he's boxing very well.
He's a hard man, Essomba, and the pace at which he's fighting, it's not taking so much out of him, so he's going to remain dangerous. Last few seconds of the third, where Edwards once again has had the advantage in boxing skills and in the number of punches landed.
Shop great deals wherever you are with the Amazon end of summer sale. So whether you're here, or even here, wherever you are, you can save big with the Amazon end of summer sale. The sale that comes to you, ends September 1st.
It's all going Sonny Edwards' way at the moment. The defending champion with this IBF International Super Flyweight belt, boxing very sweetly.
Yeah, he's trying things, isn't he? And he's boxing very well, counter-punching, his movement. At the moment, everything's going his way, but there's a long way to go.
Second out, round 4.
Long way indeed on Rich's cards. 3 out of 3, Richie, yep.
I think so, yeah. I thought the first round was pretty close, but I thought Edwards nicked it. But the second and third round for me, yeah, he's boxed very well indeed, and he's won those 2 rounds as well.
But as we always say, people saw in another place last week, it only takes one.
When he edges in, take it away. Take it away. See how he struggles then.
Essomba clipped by the left hand as Edwards again uses decent footwork to get away from that rushing attack.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad attack there from Essomba, but he's got to try and keep it going. So, you know, a 2-phase attack maybe, or sustain the pressure a little bit more. But while Edwards is boxing from the centre of the ring, you see, John, when he's got full control of the ring space, then he's very difficult to beat indeed. You've got to try and get him back to the ropes and restrict the movement a little. But at the moment, like I say, he's boxing very well, and I think he's boxing very comfortable at the moment, Edwards.
There were 1 or 2 people around the sport who thought that Essomba could turn out to be a bit of a banana skin for Sonny Edwards, and 1 or 2 eyebrows raised when he was selected as the man who was going to be facing him tonight. But so far, Edwards doing what's required.
Well, it would be a potential banana skin if Edwards was to just hold his feet and trade with him, because that brings Essomba right into it. But you box to your strengths, and the movement at the moment for Sonny Edwards, it's working for him. You see, now Essomba has a chance to land a couple of shots if Edwards boxes like this.
Edwards pulling him on and tying him up. The referee has to split them. Is there a little bit of blood on the face of Sonny Edwards? You can see when he just turns around, there may have been a clash of heads when they got in close. He's had his back to us since I thought I caught a glimpse of just a little red smear, maybe over the right eye.
A little bit more of a competitive round here, because Edwards has just slowed those feet slightly, and he's trading, taking his opponent, and he's doing very well. I mean, you know, he's a box of tricks, is Sonny Edwards, but he can stand and trade as well. And like I say, it just gives Essomba a chance to land the odd shot here and there.
Well, maybe there is a nick on the face of Sonny Edwards, but it's nothing significant. Oh, good right hand, right on the bell from Thomas Essomba.
Life is more beautiful in color. New Citroën C3 with 97 color combinations. From £179 per month on personal contract purchase. Buy at your Citroën retailer or online at citroen.co.uk. Citroën.
Well, there is a little nick over the right eye of Sonny Edwards, isn't there? It's interesting, there's a slight change of tactics in that round, Richie. He was planting his feet and trying to maybe just throw with a wee bit more authority.
Yeah, he's experimenting, isn't he? So he's winning it up to now, but in that round there, he just chose occasionally there just to hold his feet, trade a little bit, put more meat on the shots. But I still thought he'd done enough.
Beard, another interesting addition to Sonny Edwards. He really does look about 15 if you took the facial hair away. But he has to carry an ID card if he strays away from the punishing training regime.
That's it, that's the foot
Essomba not really producing anything to give him any real encouragement so far, but having said that, he's not been hurt.
No, he hasn't. I mean, he's been outboxed, but he hasn't been hurt, John. Like I say, just a little bit too flat-footed. That's not a bad jab to the body from him.
Oh, that's good. And again, switching the attack to the body and getting a little purr of approval from the corner.
Yeah, just as you thought Essomba was just landing a couple of good shots, then Sonny Edwards just steps on the gas, doesn't he? Very quick acceleration in the feet and with the hands. Good body shot. Back to the movement again. And like I said before, it's the movement that is the problem for Essomba. He really is struggling to cut the ring space off and to nail Edwards with a big punch.
Very nice, smart performance from Sonny Edwards so far. Nice chopping right hand there as he used good footwork to turn his man. Easy for people to say, oh, there's a disparity in class between these two, but Essomba is a decent boxer. Edwards just, as Richie's saying earlier, playing to his strengths though. He's got to maintain this though for the full 12 rounds maybe.
Essomba just made that mistake there, throwing that as a southpaw, throwing that left hand, and his feet come across. His feet actually come square for a split second, and just got caught on the switch as he's switching stances. Well, I suppose he's got to try stuff. He's not doing too bad in this round, Essomba. You just hear Harold Johnson there in the corner saying, "Let your hands go." So
he's got to do that,
yeah, to throw more punches.
Want to find more scoring shots than he has done so far.
What he has to do, John, is get the timing right, especially when Edwards goes to attack. He's got to try, and that's a bit better from him, you see. That's good from Essomba. He's, like I say, it's all about timing. Catching Edwards as he's coming in, and then trying to catch him on the way out, as well.
Does give a fighter encouragement though, the way he fights, the way he boxes with his hands held low, but Edwards doing well. Essomba's got problems, and Harold Johnson, his very experienced trainer, will know that only too well.
Jabs your key. Gets everything in there. Don't stop jabbing and just breathe. Don't let it. Come on. That's better.
Main event coming up. Daniel Dubois against Ricardo Snijders. There is Snijders, the Dutchman. Dutch heavyweight champion, warming up backstage. Yeah, monumental upset if he won tonight.
Yeah, I agree. You never know. He's 2 stone lighter. He's got to use the movement, I think, against Big Daniel.
Seconds out.
It's going to be tough, though.
Well, close around that 5th round, but Edwards still taking the 5th, would you say, Richie?
No, I actually thought Essomba, that was Essomba's best round, John. I thought
he gave it to him.
Yeah, I gave him the round.
Okay.
Just glimpses of what he should be doing, and he cut the ring space off a little bit better, landed a couple of good left hands. But Sonny Edwards, if you watch the way he boxes, he's very talented indeed, and if anything, I think he'll have one set of tactics in his head as he's going into the contest, but he chops and changes, and he's one of those rare boxers that just deals with the situation and with the opponent in front of him. He'll go orthodox, he'll go southpaw. I mean, he didn't start off with the movements in this contest, but he's practiced, he's experimented, and he now knows that the movement is giving his opponent a lot of problems. And like I say, he's one of those rare boxers that just adapts to the style in front of him and then applies the right tactics. He's talented, he is.
He hasn't been clipped too hard yet by Essomba, who is a sharp puncher, but he's not been able to put Edwards in any sort of real trouble so far. Trying to double up on the jab there, but Edwards aware of it, acute to it.
Complacency will be his biggest problem in a lot of these contests, John, because you know, 12 rounds is a long time, and you've got to hold that concentration. And these little fellas, people like Essomba, you just wait for that opportunity. You cannot afford to switch off in a contest like this, even if you're 10, 11 rounds up. These little guys like Essomba, who can punch, look, at whipping that shot in there, you see. You've got to stay concentrated the whole way through.
Cornered there, literally, and only missed by a matter of fractions with that left hook aimed at the chin of Sonny Edwards.
Oh, no, really got super work there. Essomba being encouraged by his corner to throw that jab. That's a decent left hand to the body.
I'm telling him to double it up.
Yeah. But Edwards now is boxing 1st and 3rd, so he's using the jab to try and draw the lead, then draw the counter from Essomba. But then he's countering that, so he's countering the counter basically. 1st and 3rd boxing, Sonny Edwards.
Technical stuff.
Yeah, very good.
Essomba being implored to keep the pressure on. Stay on the front foot. Edwards trying to tempt him in by dropping his gloves low. Plenty of effort there from Essomba. The impression that Errol Johnson feels that Essomba's just edging his way into this fight.
I'd have to agree with him. I thought he had a better round again. And Errol Johnson knows about the pressure, that it's paying off.
Well, here's how Richie's got it. You'll have your own idea sitting watching at home, wherever you are.
10 seconds.
Certainly, Errol Johnson, Essomba's trainer, thinks that his man is getting back into this. Richie concurring. Second half of the fight.
Changing tactics straight away from Edwards, just holding his feet a little bit more, boxing as an orthodox. Trying to catch Essomba now with the right hand. There it is there, look. Just holding his ground, so it just changes things now, but that's a nice shot again. But he waits and he reacts to what's coming at him, does Sonny Edwards.
He's not got big one-punch power, though, Sonny Edwards, so he has to rely on his speed and his mobility.
See, occasionally Essomba, he has quite a wide, when he's boxing as an orthodox, John, he's got quite a wide stance. And if Edwards then is a southpaw, then that right hand's got further to travel to the target, only a few inches more.
Get him onto the back foot here, and Edwards letting the punches go. Just off balance momentarily, Essomba, but doesn't appear to have been hurt seriously. Lovely balance, lovely timing.
Timing was excellent there. So again, just a change in his tactic. He started off holding his feet and putting a bit more meat into the shots. Now he's back on the move. So he's tried that. He scored with some good shots, but now he's back to the movement. He chops and changes as he goes through.
As I said earlier, this is Sonny Edwards' 7th successive title fight of one sort or another. 4 have gone 10 rounds. His last contest went 12. So he's used to going the full distance, knows how to pace himself. Essomba rushing in, trying to throw that left hand to the head. Been a better round for Edwards this after a couple of sketchy ones.
Yeah, definitely took the round for me, Edwards.
And an encouraging pat on the back from Grant Smith as he goes back into the corner.
Yeah, he boxed well in this round, I thought. Edwards chopped and changed, orthodox to southpaw, held his feet occasionally to put more meat on his shots, but yeah, just recognised the situation there, just jumped on Essomba, who just switched off momentarily. Good round, I thought, from Edwards, switching the attack, right hand downstairs.
Essomba wasn't really hurt there, was he?
No, it wasn't.
A case of losing his shape.
And I don't think he's been hurt throughout the contest. He's just been outboxed, John, and it must be very frustrating for him. But he's been outboxed here.
Well, he's behind by a significant margin, you'd suspect. Richie got it at this stage by 5 rounds to 2 in Sonny Edwards' favour. Is that right, Richie?
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
So Essomba needs some big, clear rounds, and he's realising the importance of that, and he's got him in a toe-to-toe exchange, which is where he'd rather be.
Yeah, good start from Essomba. And we spoke about it earlier, didn't we, about getting Edwards onto the ropes, and that just restricts the movement a little bit more. And Essomba there jumped on him, had a bit of success. But Edwards now carries on with the movement again.
A bit of talking between the two of them there, not sure what that's about.
Well, the frustration is definitely from Essomba, and he's probably speaking to him. And Edwards has responded, but it's very important for Edwards not to be drawn into that.
Michael Edwards stolen just to get on with it. Oh, hello. Once again, a few words exchanged. Essomba wants him to stand in front of him.
Yeah, exactly.
He would see as a proper fight.
Yeah,
of course, why would Edwards do that?
Exactly.
Oh, he caught him there, though.
Yeah, he's trying everything to get Edwards to stand and have a fight, and he's trying to get into his head a little bit now. If Edwards holds his feet, John, it's a totally different contest. It really is. Essomba's got more of a chance. There's that right hand, you see, from two. Yeah, it is, but it's too far away, you see. Edwards is the southpaw. He's got that wide stance. He throws it again. Look, he falls short. You've got to try and edge up and get closer to him when he's throwing that shot.
Essomba frustrated. And that's what those little exchanges, I think, were all about. And Edwards responding as much as to say, well, the onus is on you, come and find me. Right hand missed there again. Well, an interesting one, and Sonny Edwards just taunting Essomba a little bit at one point. Actually, not a huge amount between them in that round.
No, it was a close round, wasn't it? Could have been an even round. Good movement from this man.
And, a bit of swelling around that left eye.
Yeah, let's have a look. So he launched in with a shot there, didn't he, Essomba? Talking to each other. There was a nice right hand from Essomba. Very quick attack. And from another angle. But a close round, John.
Maybe Essomba thought there was a little bit of Mickey taking, a bit like Billy Joe Saunders against David Lemieux that time, when he was looking for that right hand somewhere up in row Z.
Yeah, what a performance that was from Billy Joe that night. He's a very big puncher indeed.
Well, Edwards is surely now significantly ahead on the cards. He scored that last one level then?
I thought it was a level round, John, yeah.
Yeah, told you. Come on, let's go. Don't get carried away, remember?
Yeah, that's good advice there from the corner. You can clearly hear it from Grant Smith saying, don't get carried away. You know, they know they're in with a dangerous opponent. But up to now, Edwards is boxing very well indeed. Just on the odd occasion he gets drawn in.
Essomba still trying to find a way to cut off the ring and land one of those big overhand shots. Not really landed too flush with anything so far, and the odd punch which has got through, Edwards has been able to ride it and take it well.
Edwards is predominantly a counter puncher. He just wants his opponent to come forward, and what he does, it's a bit naughty. The referee will have word in on that.
He'd said break, still through the right hand. More frustration than malice, I'd venture to suggest. But you can't do it either way. As Michael Alexander reminded him.
What I do like about Edwards' work as well, John, like I said, he's mainly a counter puncher, but you know, he works well with the jab on the outside, and he waits for the response, and then he counters that first and third. But if you don't come with your attack, he'll just step in and beat you to it.
Looking for his 15th consecutive win as a pro tonight, Sonny Edwards. It's good, doubling up with the southpaw lead. Essomba, though, continues to stalk it, trying to get into a position to land one of those big hooks.
I know he's really, John, he's taking a few risks here. The way he's coming forward, still quite slow with the feet. He's got to watch he doesn't walk onto the uppercut now. Look, there's a little left uppercut there on the inside. Essomba, the way he's coming forward, needs probably more head movement. Very difficult for him. He's frustrated. He knows he's got to get up close to Edwards, but doing it and avoiding the shots on the way in is the problem.
Well, he's got to find a big shot from somewhere, and if that means taking a few gambles, then that's what he's going to have to do. Another round over and a happy nod from Sonny Edwards as he goes back to his corner, as much as to say, yep, I know I've got another one. Here's some of the action from that 9th round.
Yeah, a little bit scrappy from Essomba. Just a little bit frustrated there. Let's have a look at it here. Heads go in, and then the right hand comes. There it is there. He's heard the referee, but it's just frustration.
Well, they know he's behind. They know he needs some big rounds. And he has to find a way to box his way in close and land those big shots. Hasn't happened so far, though.
Well, you heard Errol Johnson in the corner there say pressure, pressure. But it's how quick that pressure comes, John, at the moment. It's just the feet are just too slow. The pace is suiting Edwards down to the ground, and he's controlling that pace. And as long as Essomba's feet are slow and coming forward like this, then it's bread and butter stuff, really, for Edwards. Complacency is probably will be his biggest problem, because he's well ahead now.
Edwards has been sparring with Louis Norman in the run-up to this, who was beaten by Essomba in 6 rounds. And Norman was very much of the opinion that Sonny Edwards was going to win this and win it probably widely on points, but he did say, having said that, there will always be a danger that Essomba could land the big punch. So far, though, it's been pretty much Edwards' way.
Again, Essomba's corner encouraging him to double the attacks up. So he's attacked there with the one attack and landed a good shot, but they said double up, go again. It's a case of one attack, slight pause, and then straight into another one.
Wanting to work his way in behind the jab rather than just lunging in.
And they're saying that, John, because at the moment the single attack from Essomba is just being dealt with from Sonny Edwards. Oh, lovely boxing that was then. Hitting on the move like that, that's a bit of class, that is.
Essomba for much of this fight has been simply chasing shadows. Nice right hand from Edwards this time.
Oh, he just went over on his ankle there. I've done that a couple of times, John. That's not good from Edwards. Got to watch now his movements. Just went over on his ankle. And that can be a problem, because that will restrict his movement if that ankle goes.
Well, Essomba will realise. And how much is that going to affect Sonny Edwards? There, look at a little moment of lack of balance there from
Edwards. And that's why he's actually switched to southpaw now, because he's not pushing off his back foot, you see. If he's an orthodox box, he has to push off with that right foot, and that's when he went over on that ankle. I've done that before, so that can be a nasty injury. David A did it, do you remember, against Tony Bellew?
I do remember. Let's have a listen in and see if he's complaining about that.
Yeah. He's going to come on okay.
Well, he didn't look too bad, does he? But just flexing the ankle, and was this where it happened?
Have a look here.
He stood on his foot, didn't he?
There he is. Look, see how he went over there? Oh, nasty that is. Yeah. You'll have to watch that now. Boxing as an orthodox boxer. Look, there it was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, felt that. Those ligaments, they'll be stretched a little bit. Bit of bruising there tomorrow morning, no doubt.
It's not a good feeling when that happens. Squash injury.
Yeah. Well, when you got a man coming at you, trying to knock you out, John, it's even worse.
Absolutely.
Believe me.
Well, he's got 2 rounds to get through. Edwards is surely well ahead on the cards, but how much is that going to incapacitate him in these remaining 6 minutes? He's up onto his toes again.
Yeah.
Essomba going looking for him.
Good lad, and again, well done. Step in behind it then. Good lad, and again then. Come on, he's tired.
For a fighter like Edwards, and you can hear Essomba's corner telling him that he's tired now, get on him. But for a fighter like Edwards, balance so important, that sort of an injury could potentially be bad news.
He's just got to be cautious now with his movement as Edwards. Oh, that was a nice punch. But Essomba, he should be listening to his corner and should be trying to apply more pressure here. But, you know, that's better up from him, that's good. As soon as Edwards holds his feet, it's more of an even contest, John.
And now he's having to hold his feet.
Yeah. Or should I say Essomba's brought into it a little bit more. Because Edwards, he can still box very well, even with static feet.
Wide disparity between the two in sheer boxing talent, which has been evident from the outset. Essomba trying to keep the pressure on.
Yep.
The seconds ticking away. Close around.
I mean, we're going about Edwards' skills, but Essomba's he's a talented boxer, you know, this Essomba. He can box as good as a southpaw as he can orthodox. You know, I mean, Edwards is a real master at switching, but this kid as well, Essomba, he's not bad. Either stance, either style. But in both styles, John, his feet are just a little bit too flat and slow. That's been his main problem tonight.
So lithe and quick, though, Sonny Edwards. Essomba trying to keep the pressure on there, but not really putting Edwards in any real trouble.
You ready for this?
Surely 3 minutes away from victory, Sonny Edwards, unless Essomba can find something spectacular.
Corners, 10 seconds.
The traditional touching of gloves behind before the final round. Essomba surely has got to find a way to stop him if he's going to win this.
All or nothing now from Essomba. He's just got to go for it, hasn't he? He's way behind on the judges' scores. Just got to try and catch Edwards as he's coming forward, which is a very rare occasion. He hits and he moves side to side. It's difficult to pin down.
So many times he's come forward and just been punching thin air in this fight, Thomas Essomba. Time will tell whether Sonny Edwards can go all the way to a world title.
Stand up, him. Come on, get that top foot, let's go.
Edwards content to just stay away from trouble.
Yeah, his work's done, isn't it? Essomba getting through with the odd shot here. To catch Edwards clean with anything, though, it's very difficult indeed.
It's been an exercise in frustration, isn't it? He must feel that I've trained for this, I'm fit, I'm ready, I wanted to fight, but he's just not technically been able to find a way to really do so. That's more like it.
There you go, exactly. Pins him on the ropes.
This is where he wanted to be rounds ago. But you sense too little, too late.
Yeah. To the centre of the ring again, Edwards. Well in control.
Essomba being told to let his gloves go, let his hands go. But as we move into the last 15 seconds, it's not going to be. Sonny Edwards is surely going to take this one by a wide margin. Already he's celebrating, he knows that he's done enough. And with the final bell approaching, surely the undefeated record will continue.
I thought, John, overall that was an excellent display from Sonny Edwards. Very talented indeed. And what impressed me also is his mental attitude. He's kept it going throughout, because it's easy to get complacent in a contest like he's feeling that ankle now. You can see a grimace, definitely. But
adrenaline will kind of got him through it in the fight.
Yeah,
He'll be feeling that later. It'll stiffen up.
He'll have to have that strapped, definitely. But yeah, he's boxed very well indeed. Very comfortable, but he's kept it going, and mentally he stayed strong throughout the contest, because in a contest like that is when you can switch off. And again, someone like Essomba, you can't afford to do that. But I thought overall an excellent display from Sonny Edwards.
Good performance. His first fight since December the 21st last year. Thomas Essomba, well, he kept on trying, but just couldn't find a way to really get anything of significance in any sustained attacks.
Well, you box to your strength, don't you? If Edwards was to have held his feet there, then it's a different contest altogether, because Essomba's brought into it and it's more even. But Edwards has boxed to his strengths, his movement, his switch hitting, his counter punching. Yeah, he's a talented boy, he really is, and he works out the contest as the contest's going on, and then he applies the right tactics. Thinks on his feet, literally. Yeah, he's a talented lad.
Good talker as well. It'll be interesting when we get a chance to have a word with him before too long, because he certainly expresses himself with supreme confidence, and he'll know that it was potentially a difficult night tonight against Essomba, but he made the best of it, played to his strengths. Referee has collected the scorecards, and Thomas Schreiber, I think, has got the score now. I think we're ready. Yep, we're ready to go, and we can get the verdict now. And let's hear it from Thomas Schreiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Marcus McDonald scores it 116 to 112. Judge Phil Edwards scores it 117 to 112. And Judge Terry O'Connor scores it 117 to 111. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And still, IBF International Super Flyweight Champion, Showtime, Sonny Edwards.
By margins of 4 rounds, 5 rounds and 6 rounds, a comprehensive victory for Sonny Edwards and the IBF International